Good morning. Hi, I'm Frank Messina, and this is the 9/16/2025 meeting of the Chatham Historical Commission. 9/16/2025, very special day. These numbers will occur again in 100 years from now. Remember your polygram? You know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared? You know, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5, you know, anyway. For those of us who are mathematically inclined. Okay, please note before we start, I have some notes I have to make. This meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording the meeting, please notify the chairman. Pursuant to Governor Healy's March 28, 2025, signing of Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law 3820, until June 30th, 2027. This meeting of the Chatham Historical Commission is being conducted in person and via remote participation. Every effort, every effort we made to ensure the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that people who would like to listen to this meeting while it's in progress may doing so by calling the phone number 508-945-4410, conference ID 507-080-532, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link on the posted agenda. While this meeting is live and broadcast on Channel TV, Xfinity Channel 1072. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access. Okay. I apologize. I have allergies, I think, are acting up on me, and that voice is not too clear, at least to my ears. Okay, roll call. Bob Lear. Bob is currently delayed and will be joining us shortly. Nancy?
Here.
Stephanie Hamilton?
Yes.
Robert
Here.
Stevens?
Here.
Janet Tennyson?
Here.
Robert Wilson?
Here.
Sandy Porter is late and hopefully will be joining us shortly. But we have a quorum and the chair is here, and we will proceed. We have the minutes. Let's do that first before we get into the agenda. We have the minutes of September 2nd, 2025. Again, thank you, Annie. It looked like you covered it pretty well in terms of what happened. Any comments, corrections? Oh, get an A+ today. Very good. All right. For no other comments, we'll take a motion.
I move that we accept the minutes of September 2nd, 2025.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you very much. Nancy?
Yes.
Steph?
Yes.
Robert?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Robert?
Yes.
Wilson? And the chair votes yes. Thank you very much. Eliminate that. Okay, back to the agenda. We have effectively three applications with 5 or 6 hearings, depending upon it. 67 School Street, which is continuation from September 2nd, 31 Hallett Lane, and then 53 Seaview Street. So why don't we begin with 67 School Street? Again, it's a continuation of a hearing on September 2nd. This application was before us. There were some comments from the commission members. We had referred it to, didn't refer it, but we asked Sarah Korjeff of the Cape Cod Commission to come in with some comments again. She has done that, and I guess we got to go through this again, because I don't think, in my opinion, Sarah's comments were in some ways not definitive enough, but we need to straighten this out. Okay, introduce yourself again, please, Paul.
Sure. Good morning, Paul Muldoon from SV Design, here representing Lee Williams and Elizabeth English and their property at 67 School Street. So last time we were here, we talked, we fully vetted the project and talked through a number of different details. Some facts remain the same. The addition remains off the back, and per Sarah Corgiff's correspondence, that's appreciated in her eyes, and something that we strive to do to make sure that the massing is attached to the rear of the structure. From other commentary that we discussed, most specifically around the west elevation, we went back to the drawing board a bit and simplified and really brought back the spirit of the previously infilled porch, matching the number of windows, three windows on the right, three windows
Well,
on the right.
just, Paul, quickly, which drawing are we looking at?
I'm sorry. The bottom is the proposed. The top is the
Is this the
existing.
individual sheet just provided?
H 1.0.
Page what?
H 1.0.
1.0, okay.
Yes. West elevation.
Yeah, you know, I've got a couple of H10s, and that's the confusing part. So this is the new one, the
New
one
one.
that we just received, the 3 sheets of paper, or 4 sheets of paper.
Yes.
And it's dated on same date, I guess we got 9/9. You guys don't like to change dates. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I guess the good news is that you can't recognize the original from the proposed, and some of that is very intentional. We're trying to be in the spirit of that original elevation, where again, in the proposed drawing, at the very bottom here, we have 3 windows on the right, 2 windows on the left, very similar to what's happening on the original. We have side light windows, not full side lights, but side light windows, so that there is a consistent, sill trim detail or top of wall of the enclosed porch, very similar to what's happening in the existing.
Yeah, but Paul, just the comment, go back to the one you submitted the last time we left.
Last time,
Also 1.0.
yep, the last time we left, we had 4 windows on
So
the
what's the
right.
changes from what we saw the last time? Let's go back to that. I'm looking at H 1.0 from the original application. What has changed? What did you change from our meeting?
And we had 4 windows on the right-hand side, 2 windows on the left,
Okay, so the change is you're down to 3.
no side lights.
Okay, all right.
So
just-
you can see there was a much bigger mass of windows on this right-hand side. The windows were wider, taller in this version, and we removed the side lights in that original, or the hearing that we saw last time.
Okay. And other than those windows, what else did you change?
So in this update, we had the 3 windows,
Yes.
scaling the proportions of those lights appropriately and in a more organized fashion. We brought back the side light windows next to the entry door and reworked the cadence of those windows, but very much in tune with what the original condition is.
Okay, the chimney?
So the chimney, we did scale down quite a bit. We went back and forth on this wood-burning fireplace. And
How did you scale it back?
the throat of the chimney is narrower. The mass of the chimney as it attaches to the house is narrower, and it's projecting into the house by about 6 inches. We feel like in this most updated version, the height of the chimney is about 6 or 7 inches higher than the ridge, and that is the code minimum. From your approach as you're driving up School Street, it's very likely you won't see the chimney at all until you get past the front of
So
it.
you didn't move the chimney back or anything? Away from the front of the house?
We reduced the height, we shrunk the volume, we did not move it back from the
But
front.
it's in the same location?
It's in the same location.
Because one of the comments was, it's there, on the front of the street in terms of the streetscape, and that was an issue. In my own view, a serious concern. When I look at this application, I look at, your original application and the picture, of the house as you come down the street, what you're looking at, the original cottage. And I think, and I'll be clear candid with you up front, I think that's some of the people's concern, my concern, and is that, we're losing that quaint, small cottage, that we had there with the chimney. It's just a significant element in terms of changing the streetscape of it. And I'm not gonna make a final judgment yet, but just to let you know where we're coming.
And, you know, I think that original picture that you're looking at in the front elevation is pretty in tune with what we're showing here with the 2 and the 3 windows, the side lights, the proportions of those windows. And that, as I mentioned, that chimney will be difficult to see from this approach. This very specific picture in the front of the application.
All right, go ahead.
And to maybe put it a little bit further, Sarah Korjeff's comments, she was looking at the previous iteration when she made her comments, and she hasn't seen this version of it. And her comments to both this elevation and the south elevation having previously been renovated, previously been pushed and pulled, there was an open porch here at one point that was infilled. We're maintaining that look and that feel and that existence. The southern elevation, with its gliding door and porch and some of the other window alterations, we're altering a previously altered elevation. And if you could go to the south elevation. So we have generally kept the chimney and the fire, the wood-burning fireplace in a similar location. The massing has narrowed. Again, it's pushed into the structure by 6 inches, and the throat of the chimney is reduced significantly from the previous version. The 2 windows on the front corner generally remained exactly where they were as the infill, and then we've added the north elevation, if we skip 2. And here's where we had Sarah Korjeff's commentary here regarding some of the original cadence of windows, where we had the 2 windows up front, 2 windows up front. Another pairing of windows here, pairing of windows there, in a very similar location to where the existing happens. The bay window was slightly modified, a couple of inches here and there, and pushed maybe a couple of inches one way or the other. But taking into heart Sarah's comments about maintaining the 2 pairs of windows, that's brought into this current design. We've also outlined the original shape here. You can see our 2-foot addition and a little bit of massing beyond the top of the original porch roof is where the addition lies, and again, on the back side of the structure. Any further comments, questions?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I really want to support this. But that chimney is just something that just sticks in my craw in terms of the streetscape. And, I mean, you've got a cute little cottage here, and I know you're trying to maintain it, but that chimney is just something that, and I have no problem, and I can understand why the neighbors feel about the back, but that's okay. Back, it's not the streetscape, and we got to let things change, but I don't think we have to affect the streetscape. So I'm angsting, I'll be honest with you. So let me be quiet, Frank. Let's go. Robert, either one?
Well, I'd really like to hear everybody else's comments, but at this moment, I'm okay with the chimney. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. And I know from having a wood-burning fireplace that I would probably not put one in a house today. I'd probably put in a gas fireplace and vent it sideways, but that's not my decision.
That was an alternative that we looked at, you know, essentially a big vent on the side of the structure. We just felt like that was not in tune with the historic intent, and a wood-burning fireplace would be closer than a gas unit and a gas exhaust coming off the side of the
No, I have every reason to believe that you've looked at every possibility, but the streetscape does change. I'm just thankful you're saving the house, so I could live with the chimney.
Bob?
Yeah, to me, I have no problem with the chimney. I agree with Robert. It'd be good if it were gas-fired, that could be looked at. But you've made it narrower, that's good. If it could be made tucked into the house even more, it'd be advantageous if that's possible, so that it was not so prominent from the street. But I think overall, all the other changes are, the positives outweigh the negatives for me on this one. And so I would support it.
Steph?
I agree with Bob,
Which Bob?
both of you, really. But I'm pointing to you. I don't care for the chimney, but I'm not, that won't hold me up from saying yes to this.
Janet?
Well, from the owner's standpoint, it's too bad this is in the historic district and the National Register district, because it really is significant, and these changes are going to change the historical significance of this house. The chimney, I still have a problem with. I know that in other parts of the country, maybe even other parts of town, they do this, but it wasn't on this house, and it's going to change the look of the streetscape significantly. It's just going to look like any other house in town when they get finished, basically.
I have a question, just a clarification, really. Sarah mentions at the end of the third paragraph, shifting the window at the original rear corner. It's in this picture. I think what she's saying on the bottom is that the window where it is, the second one in from the left, kind of crosses over the original structure. Yeah, so like in doing that, it kind of erases that idea of where was the original compared to where are the additions. Whereas if the window, which is currently at the top, it's tucked in, and that, so you kind of see, oh, okay, this was the original and these are all additions. By having a window that runs along that division, it kind of takes away that. Did you consider that? Does that not work internally for the way the rooms are laid out? And also the bay window, I think she talked about shifting it back, which I also think would feel more balanced, but I'm not looking at the floor plan from the inside. So I just wondered.
Very much so. I mean, we've been back and forth on a number of interior and exterior views and how this thing works. And this is a bedroom wall here. This is a bed wall between these two windows. So, and as the footprint is rather narrow, we have about 11 feet of bedroom space going, from this wall inward. It makes it an alternative bed wall much more difficult.
And it couldn't be like one window where those two are, because that's two different rooms.
Between here?
Well, I'm saying, yeah, if there was one window that was to the right of where the roof line comes down, then it would, but that's two different, are you saying that the little window to the right is in like a bathroom?
That's in a bathroom.
Okay, and that's in a
These two
different
are in a
room?
bedroom.
Okay. All right, I just wondered about that. Wanted to understand that. I think the front windows, I appreciate those changes that have gone back. I realize it was a later addition, but it's still part of the house as it was accepted into the National Register. Being nitpicky, I would say I'm not sure why they had to change the light, if you're gonna go back to them, like why they had to be 4 instead of, why they had to change so much. If you were gonna go back to the original idea, then I guess it's just personal preference of theirs. I would, anyways, it's nitpicky.
You
And
like 2/1, is that what you mean?
no, I mean the side lights are different
2/1.
along the
It's the
door.
side lights as well as the
Right,
door.
they're longer and, I know you're going back to putting side lights in, which is a positive to me. Going from the 4 to the 3 windows is a positive. I'm not sure why it couldn't go more, but that's just a comment I'll make. And I'm at odds in my head about the chimney, so I'm not gonna really say much about that. I feel like there's been a lot of progress made, and I'm appreciative of that.
I just can't accept it, Paul. I mean, you got a chimney in the front of the house like that. I mean, you got a big house. You could put that chimney anywhere in the back, and you're choosing to put it in the front.
I think the words "big house" is.
Say again?
The words being a big house is a little bit overdone.
Well, in terms of that, you look at the little cottage that you've got here on the street, and bam. If we let everybody in the old village decide to put a big chimney in the front of the house, it's the front of the house. It's the streetscape. And I wish the other members of the commission would understand what's going on by allowing such a large change to a contributing structure in the National Register District. I can't support it. I really would like you to, in my opinion, to go back and take another hard look at that chimney. Also, as Nancy's comments, you know, we asked you to try and maintain it, and which is the side lights and the windows, and, you know, you could go close to what was there, you know, rather than changing the windows and the side lights, you know, you could, I mean, it's a matter of, is a stock door that you can't find one? That's, you know, that's not it.
No,
I'm
and I think-
having problems with it, and I'm having problems with trying to facilitate, you know, the people in the old village of what it is and what is changing. But the other question is why? Okay, why do we, you know, I've got a wood-burning fireplace, I love it, okay? You know, I'm very privileged into wood, that's wonderful. But sticking that in the front of this small little craftsman-style cottage just doesn't make it for me. And that's a problem. So I don't know how to support this. I don't know how we're gonna go. We're gonna take a vote here.
Just continuing the conversation there, I mean, it is a house that the clients want to preserve and bring
Yeah.
back to its glory and put it on a new foundation. There's a ton of work here that's going into preserving
Absolutely.
what's there and preserving the look and feel. Now, the chimney just, I mean, it feels like it's a bone of contention where if there's a chimney on the project, you're not going to vote for it. And that's something that, I mean, I guess we're going to have to come to terms with if we want to push forward with a chimney, if we want to have a fireplace.
Would you go back and take another look at it with your applicant?
What are my alternatives?
I think it's a little
have a
mischaracterizing
tie.
it, that any chimney is not acceptable. I think the location of the chimney on the front wall, the front wall
that's
is
the
the
issue. I can
I can
challenge.
point that, can I speak?
Yes, Bob.
Yeah, okay. If you turn to H11, H1.1, I don't have a pointer. H11 is not looking like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you point out that chimney, it is not on the front face. It's back about 6, 8 feet, I don't know,
6.5 feet?
6.5 feet. It's not on the front, and it's on the side of the building, Frank.
It's on the side and it's visible.
It's visible.
It's visible on the
It's
street.
visible from the street,
it's
but
not the
it's not
front
on the
front.
front. It's not on the front.
I disagree with it. Yes, go ahead, Nancy.
But
Well,
it's
no, I
physically,
think-
it's not on the front.
No, it's not on the front of the house, but it is on the original bungalow.
The original
historic
bungalow
structure,
did not
rather
have
than
a chimney
added
like
to one of the extensive rear additions that have significantly changed the rear portion of the house. I think that's
Bob,
would be my point.
we have a craftsman-style cottage, okay, from 1930s, and it did not have a large wood-burning fireplace on the front part of that cottage.
If you
And we're
collect-
making that change.
if you
It's a
collect-
change, it's a
Frank.
change not relative to doing in a bathroom. It's an
Excuse me.
affectation.
Let's take a look at 100 craftsman cottages.
Yes,
I wager there are at least 20 with a chimney similar to this on the front.
not this one.
Well, it's just,
Not
it's not
this-
adverse to the historic type of building.
It's adverse to the particular unit which was put on as a contributing structure in the National Register District. When we make a National Register District, we take a snapshot of what it is, okay? And yes, we allow change, but this is not change relative consistent with that particular cottage, as simple as that. But I mean, I put it on, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
realize I'm not going to change your mind. I'm
No.
just trying to point out a few facts.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And to
Thank
that
you.
point, you know, the existing condition is a house wrapped in plastic.
Say again?
The existing condition in this very particular location is a house wrapped in plastic. Yeah,
You're talking about the siding?
it's siding, it's,
Yeah, but the siding's like paint. You know, to me, the siding is like paint. When everybody in this town went nuts because that house was painted that color, oh, how can you allow that? Then I remind them, what was the original color of the Parthenon or the Venus de Milo? It wasn't white, it's paint. It'll come, it'll go. It's not structurally changing the historic house. This is structurally changing that house by putting this law, and that's my opinion. Okay. What do we want to do? I think we've got a difference of opinion here, and we also, unfortunately, we don't have a tiebreaker here. Not that we need a tiebreaker, maybe not.
What is the majority requirement
Say
for
again?
voting? What is the majority requirement for voting?
Yeah,
I'm asking.
yeah, it's,
It's just a
Simple majority.
yeah, simple majority, yeah.
And
I'm just asking you before we take a vote.
and if you take a vote, it puts it into a,
Well, there's two votes, a demolition delay and referral to the Cape Cod Commission, neither of which do we want to do, in my opinion.
and with Sarah Corgis' most recent commentary, where she doesn't mention the chimney, doesn't.
No, she doesn't, but Sarah's not, she's not the decider, she's advice, okay? She's got a lot of things, which you did some things, and other things you kind of did. I agree with you. It's your call.
Rather than.
I'd like to give the applicant that option, you know.
No, I agree, and I appreciate that. And, you know,
Just, go ahead, let him finish. Just hold on. Hold on, Robert. Robert, let him, he's
no,
finished.
I'd like to hear the comment.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, our job here is really to support Chatham and to act on behalf of the majority of Chatham. And we're not the enemy, although sometimes
No,
it seems like we're the enemy.
And I don't feel that.
And I have a historical building on my property. And if I invited these people and other people that are involved in protecting our past over, and 6 or 8 of them had said, "Oh, Robert, you're really doing a good job, but that chimney, don't do it," I would take heart, I would back up, and I would say, gee, people that are in the know, that are in the village, that have houses or visit the village or see how precious the village is, that they would reel it back a little bit and try to figure that part out. Because everything else you've done, or mostly everything else you've done, is pretty darn good, and I applaud you for that. We'd love to save this little cottage. I'm not going to let the chimney stand in the way of a yes vote for me, but I know if I were on the other side of the equation and 5 or 6 people gave it a thumbs down, I'd be thinking about it.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry.
One other question about the front elevation, and goes back to the side lights, and we feel like the original condition, and again, understanding that it's a contributing structure and was voted that way, the infill of the porch was, hey, let's go down to the lumberyard, grab some windows and put it in. And the alteration here is looking at the proportion of the lights, is looking at the width of the frame of the unit, and ensuring that the proportion of that light works with the proportion of the side light, works with the proportion of the door, works with the proportion of the upper windows. So it is a more in tune design, maybe more so than, I don't know where you would get those windows, but it is a more in tune front elevation than the current configuration. Now, and just as a point of clarity for whatever happens next, is that a process that the board appreciates, or do we just need to keep it the way it is, or find an exact replica of those side light windows and those windows? It's
Well, to a lot of people, an exact replica of what was there would be preferable. The change. There's a lot of changes going on this property, and the more we can make it less change, I think it's better. But that's, again, your decision. Yes, Nancy?
It was my comment, so I'll just follow up with saying, for me, it's not a deal breaker, it was a comment. It's not a deal breaker to me.
okay. And then the current location of the chimney, there is a living room in that spot in the floor plan.
Okay.
The reorientation of the house, the reconfiguration of the house, simply maintaining the addition off the back and reorganizing the kitchen and mostly everything in the back, the living room remains the same, and we're trying to be sensitive to what's happening in the interior as well as the exterior. And that was the reason why this chimney wound up in its current location.
Okay. So my original questions, what do you want to do? Do you feel you have any latitude relative to your, it's not just your decision, I realize. You're
No,
going to get paid big bucks. It's the applicant's decision.
course.
If you feel you want to proceed, then we could proceed. If not,
I'd rather continue.
proceed.
I'd continue to the next hearing.
Say again?
Continue to the next hearing.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting it.
Have a continuance. He'd rather have a continuance.
All right, take a look at it. We'll try to be a little bit more easy.
Okay.
Paul, thank you very much, and I appreciate
Is there a
the work
vote?
you're doing.
Is there a vote for that?
Yeah, we're going to do that. Good.
What meeting? I think we need to decide.
October 7th?
Our next meeting is
That-
October
Is
7th.
that acceptable to you?
Yes.
I move that we continue the hearing for, 67
School
School Street to the next meeting of the commission on October 7th, 2025.
Thank you.
Second?
Any other discussion? Any member of the public wish to speak? Thank you.
Frank, we have one member from the public that would like to
Oh,
speak.
please. Sorry, I didn't hear your hand when it went up. I apologize. I have allergies which are killing me, and I can't hear everything. I feel like I'm in a tunnel.
For the record.
Sorry about that.
Brian Phillips, 374 Orleans Road. Could we go to the, one of the side pictures?
Say again?
Could we go to one of the side pictures? I mean, I just, I know, I think a big part of the character of this house is that cute little porch on the back.
Yeah.
And this is not like a house. This is like a cute little summer cottage, and that's what, that's what it was. And that's what it is historically. That's what a lot of Cape Cod is. And it's sad to kind of change, to change it like that, because that looks totally, it's totally different. And it's not really keeping with the, historical element of what this structure initially was.
Yes.
I guess that's all I have to say.
Well,
I like the porch.
it's-
I don't like all the addition. And the thing is, they got to go to the ZBA anyways. Who they can be some tough customers there because they're pushing some setbacks. That's really close. And I think they might be more privy to keeping the porch and not putting that stuff on there as well.
Well, everything is a trade-off in this particular business.
I know. I know. It's tough. It's the same thing with the Conservation
It's
Commission.
not,
It's like the
we're not
lesser.
zoning where if it's 12 feet and you got 15 feet, it's no good.
Right. I get it. Well,
Thank you.
do you have a question for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, not everything was original to the house, and,
Right.
virtually every house in its history has evolved. So a house is a living thing, so we're looking to retain the historic significance while also allowing for it to be a living community, and so there is a balance there. It's not a frozen in time, although we look at what it was when the district was created.
Right.
And some of the things you see on houses now, they weren't actually original. And, so just saying, you have to take everything, a little bit with, we're not talking about no changes, we're talking about appropriate changes.
Right, and I agree with you, and I know this job is actually very difficult, but it was also kind of getting like the death of 1,000 paper cuts things,
Yeah.
where it's like, it's a little here, a little there, and then it turns into something, it's like, this is, when you walk by and you say this building's historic, it's like, it's not, it's nothing like it originally was, because so many changes were made. But, all right, that's all I have to say, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's do a roll call, I think. Nancy?
For the continuance, yes.
Steph?
Yes.
Robert?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what we're voting on.
Continuance?
Continuing, yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Bob?
Enthusiastic, yes.
And Frank, chair votes yes. Thank you very much, Paul, I really do appreciate it.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, that took longer than I wanted it, but that's life. Okay. 31 Hallett Lane. The vice chair, Mr. Lear, who's not here, was recusing himself anyway, correct? There was a site visit yesterday.
Oh, boy, we got a lot of these, Karen.
I think all the members of the commission. Hello, busy lady.
For an elevation for you?
Thank you
Yeah,
very
are they
much.
different from what we have?
I added the front elevation.
Okay, so we don't have it digitally, just so you know.
No, I don't think we need a picture. I think we can, it's pretty big drawing. Well, why don't we start and I'll explain what's going on.
Sure.
Yes.
Good morning, Jamie Norcross on behalf of Lisa Green, here with Karen Kempton. As Frank said, I think you were all on the onsite yesterday, so we got to take a look at the area for the very small addition that's proposed. And Karen can describe for you the addition. I know there was a question about if the front elevation was going to be changing. So that was the reason for the additional sheet that was passed out this morning. So with that, I'd turn it over to Karen.
Well, just before you start, let me just quickly, just as we usually do, this house for the public, this house is a contributing structure in the National Register District, and there is a Form B on the property. It's been before us 2011, and as I previously said, we did have a site visit, so the members are hopefully all familiar with the structure and have a good idea of what you're planning to do. Karen?
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify some of the history on this house. If you go to the last page of what I handed out, you can see that the original part of the house was built in 1939. And then in 1955, the right-hand side of the house, actually, if we go to the front, well, you don't have the front elevation, but 1955, the right side of the house was done. In 1980, a rear addition was done for a new kitchen. And in 2002, another addition was done on the back for a great room. So when the Greens bought it in 2011, they added the rear dormer, which you can see up on top. And I also gave to you a better highlighted version because it looks like it's all blacked out here. So it's really the same dormer. It's the same dormer. This is stepped in 2 feet. We're bringing it out to the rake board. There was concern that you were going to see that from the front of the house. That's why I've given you the front of the house, but it's the same front as the proposed front. It doesn't extend beyond this railing here, if that was a concern. The other thing we're doing is we're taking this part here, and we're pulling it out to almost this corner, 6 inches back, so we have the corner definition of the dormer. But keep in mind, this dormer, again, was 2011. It's not original to the house, so, and this was built in 2011 as well. The reason we're doing it is during construction in 2011, HVAC mechanical people took over the closet on the second floor, so they have very little closet space, which is one reason for the addition. So on the back of the house, if we can scroll up. Yeah. So the back really doesn't change. Again, it's you have a better look at it with the blue highlighting, but we're getting rid of this door here and this window here and building this wall further out. But again, it's not higher than the addition, than the original ridge. It's just going to be built out, so it's the same elevation, same look. You don't see it from the front. The railing will still continue around as it does now. So hopefully that helps.
Could you go to D1?
A1?
D1.
Oh, the floor plan?
Frank, I'm not sure if we have this digitally. This was
We don't
handed
have
out
D1?
today.
Oh, okay, it's in my package.
Yes, it's the last page.
That's what she just handed out today. We do not have it digitally.
I'm sorry?
She just handed that out today. We did not get it digitally.
Oh, okay, it's part of that. Well, anyway, and I'd like to make a point here, it's a positive point. What the applicant has done, and not everybody can do that, you've delineated what's happened to this house since 1939, okay? And I think maybe for the members of the commission too, what we're all about, okay? As this house has grown, and it's grown significantly since 1939, but if you take a look at the front portion of the house, I'm giving you positives here, okay? And what is being proposed at this particular time, you know, we continue, and that's why I had asked Karen about, well, what's happening to the side of the house? What do we see from the street? And I think that's important to the town. It's important to the community, especially in the National Register District. You know, the streetscape, you know, what is it? we're allowing change, things are happening, things changing, but in terms of the actual historic village, if you will, it maintains that character of the old village, and, you know, I have no problem with the application, quite candidly, but, and I appreciate you doing that, because it does highlight a point to me, and hopefully to others, you know, what we're all about, what we're trying to do in the old village, and it's different than in other places in the town. But the National Register District, and now that we have another National Register District in South Chatham, it's kind of what we're going to be about. So anyway, any other questions? Bob's? Robert? Either one?
No question.
Yeah, I just want to point out, I know we have the orthogonal views, north, south, east, west, but if you add an angle, if you look at the house at an angle, I think you walked over and looked at it.
Yes,
They're going to pull that dormer out, and you will see a little difference.
yes,
From, at an angle, but I think it's minor and acceptable.
right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Steph?
I have no comments.
Great. Steph? Jen?
No questions.
I also have no questions.
Thank you. All right. We're in violent agreement here. All right. So, again, thank you very much. I think this is a reasonable approach to this modification of this house. Yeah, I was going to ask, so we need a number of motions here, and I guess first is just reaffirming the historical significance.
So should I do chapter 158 first?
Well, I think
Or-
just the motion to reaffirm the historical significance.
That's chapter 158, or contributing structure. Okay.
Either one.
Okay. So I'll first move that the Chatham Historical Commission confirms that the home located at, oh my God, I'm sorry. 31 Hallett Lane is a contributing structure in the National Historic District, Old Village National Historic District.
I'll second.
Second? Okay, any other comments? All right, Nancy?
I further move that the, sorry,
You going to make that one motion, or we'll vote on that first motion?
well, that's what it's up to
We'll
you.
vote, there's usually 4 motions.
Oh,
and
you're
we'll
asking me
vote.
to vote?
Gotta do
Yes,
4.
I am in favor of what I just said.
Yes, Nancy? Steph?
Yes,
Stephen? Robert?
Yes.
Janet Tennyson?
Yes.
Robert Wilson?
Yes?
Chair votes yes. Sorry.
Okay, yep, sorry.
It'll make it easy for us.
Yeah, sorry. I further move that the Chatham Historical Commission finds that the materials presented on today's date showing the proposed alterations do not constitute a substantial alteration to a contributing structure located in the Old Village National Register Historic District, and therefore a referral to the Cape Cod Commission is not necessary.
Second?
Thank you. Any other comments? Nancy?
Yes.
Steph?
yes,
Robert?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Under Chapter 158, I move that the Chatham Historical Commission finds the building located at 31 Hallett Lane to be historically significant because it is located in the National Register District, and further, that the Historical Commission finds that does not impose a demolition delay based on the proposed work.
Thank you. That was good ad-libbing.
Second?
All right. Nancy?
Yes?
Steph?
yes,
Robert?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, I think we did it.
Did I cover it?
No, one more.
One more. I put them together.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, she combined them, yeah. She,
Chapter
she,
150.
she,
Chapter 158, it combined it is significant, but it does not diminish.
that's right, she ad-libbed.
So we're all set.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Nice job. Okay. Moving along. Twenty-five oh 33, 53 Seaview Street. This will be heard in chapter 158 of our demolition delay bylaw.
We have Mr. Lear.
And Mr. Lear appears. Hello, Robert. This property, there is a Form B on this property. It is not in the National Register District. And we had previously imposed a one-year demolition delay, and they were looking for a full demolition of the property. And as with all applications, we always encourage the applicant, if they have, reconsider what they're proposing, we would love to hear it. And by the way, just for the members of the public, that's the whole purpose of the demolition delay. It's not just to cause problems, but hopefully to allow the applicant to think about what we discussed and maybe find a way to save the particular property which we consider historically significant. This property is 95 years old, and it has some certain amount of charm on Seaview Street. Having said that, why don't you introduce yourself again, Mr. Moore?
Yes, it's Thomas Moore from Moore Home Design Company, representing Charles and Marcia Aarons. And we were before this board back in May for a total demolition and rebuild of this property. And in that, you did impose the one-year demolition delay. And there were some comments relative to a section of the bylaw in regards to historical preservation and things that, where the zoning board would give us a little bit of extra leeway if we chose that route. And we looked at that portion of the bylaw and talked with the Aarons, and they felt that it was a way for them to possibly gain a little bit of extra space in the house that they were looking for. So we're back here before you for a partial demolition of the existing house with additions that are being proposed. So as far as the intention now is to, which was before, to put a new foundation, initially put a new foundation underneath the house. As far as what's being removed, the windows will be removed on the house with maybe one or two exceptions. We will be replacing those windows in some instances just like for like in the openings that are there. There will be some new windows. We will be removing the roof portion of the house and rebuilding it, and rebuilding the dormer that is on the front to a slightly larger size because of the windows in that room. It's a bedroom, would not meet today's egress code. So it's a partial demolition. We're expanding the footprint out the back of the house, trying to return it to, as closely as we can to what is there right now. So with that, we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have about what we're doing.
Well, I appreciate, as I said earlier, I appreciate the fact that you went back and took a look at it, from rather a complete 100% demolition. I mean, I'm sure some members of the commission say, well, a lot of it's being lost, there's no question about it. But in terms of the historical significance, in terms of what you're planning to do in trying to preserve the streetscape of this rather charming little house before it grew, I think it's very positive, but let's see what everybody else says. Nancy, why don't we start with you, work backwards?
Well, the plans are a little bit challenging for us, and just for future reference, because we really like to see what's there now versus what's going to be. So I'm comparing, when I'm looking, A1 is what it's going to be proposed, correct? And EX1 is what is there now?
That's correct.
Okay. I also want to start by saying we so appreciate when somebody tries to save a house who was originally planning to demolish a whole house, 100%. I have a challenge with the changes to the roof line and the dormers because I believe that the increased pitch is essentially taking a bungalow-style house and turning it into a Cape-style house. And the change to the dormers goes from a very small traditional bungalow-style shed dormer to a large modern Cape dormer. It's also a shed style, but I feel that the historical significance of the house as a bungalow is being significantly impacted by those changes. although I have no problem with the back of the house. It has been extensively changed over the course of its life. It is going to be extensively changed. I have no problems with that. I would, at risk of, hopefully you're not going to go away and, knock the whole thing down, but I realize you've come back to us with a change instead of a full demolition, but I do think that the historical significance will be diminished with those changes to the roof line from bungalow. I think that everybody sees, a little pitch change. Well, that's a big deal when you're talking about a bungalow, and also to the dormers. That's my main.
Yeah, that's a very good observation. Janet?
Yes, I agree with Nancy's comments. I think the historical significance particularly the change with the dormer will be lost. I mean, it's what you see, and it makes it so charming, this cottage. And I realize it's on a very tight lot, so that the massive increase in the back, you need that for the living space, but, and it really won't be too visible. It will be to the neighbors, but it won't be from the streetscape. But the dormer, losing the dormer, I have a problem with.
Do you think we could put up the picture of the
Sorry,
house as it is?
Steph.
Just the house as it is, because I think it may be confusing for people to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I was looking at the picture myself. Yeah.
Could you point out which are the new windows? It's very confusing.
Well, you've got the windows on the front that are in the door, those are in the porch down below is pretty much the same. So as far as the change to the windows, you see the two little windows up in that dormer up above. And, they're only 4 or 5 feet off the floor, and that's why, we were increasing the height and the dormers up above.
So those are new,
Well, this is the existing structure.
yeah.
Yeah, but in the proposed plan, we're updating the roof.
So it's a whole new roof and a whole
It's a
new,
whole new roof, yeah.
It's
Yeah, because of the expansion on the rear of the building, when we start touching the structure, we're having to update the whole frame of the roof and the second floor.
When would this demolition expire?
It would expire May 2026.
26? Okay, I'm sorry, Steph. Anything else?
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Robert?
I'd like to revisit Nancy's comments.
What comments?
Nancy's comments. I want to understand what you're talking about, the pitch and the roof. And could we be real clear on that? Because
If you look at the picture,
yeah, so what is currently up here is, the drawing is the picture of what is going to be, okay? The picture on the right, the photograph, is what is there now. So so by changing, so the whole roof and the door is all coming off,
There is
okay?
a
It's being demolished.
Drawing EX3.
Right, so the entire roof and the existing dormers are going to be essentially removed, rebuilt, demolished, and replaced with a new style roof and a new style set of dormers. And I'm just saying that that you've lost the historic material, that's one thing, but what's going back is a totally different style to what's there now. That's my main concern.
the other way to look at it, Robert, if you
And
look at, I'm sorry.
the prior style could not be reproduced?
Yeah, I could, on the front of the building, keep the same pitch and just maybe extend it back. The building is going to get higher. As far as the dormer there on the front, I would look to try to do something a little bit more than for that dormer, just for the space that we would need inside the room. It is a bedroom. There are no other egress windows in that space right now, so I would need to put a bigger window in that room.
So if I may, just to clarify, so what you're saying, you would go back to the original pitch, but you'd move the back of the,
Because I'm expanding the back of the building, I could extend the roof pitch
I
up
gotcha.
at the same pitch, It would just be, it would go up higher. So it will get higher in order to give me a higher dormer for that bedroom that's on the front of the house.
How much higher?
I would say probably 2 or 3 feet.
Okay, yes, Robert.
Thanks. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. Yeah, to clarify what Nancy's saying, I think the existing view of this is cozy, and it's saying that most of the living is occurring downstairs, and you'd have to be desperate to live upstairs. Whereas the new one is saying, you know, it's set up so that people will definitely want to go upstairs. It's nice. It's going to be nice and roomy. So that's the change in the feel to the viewer, that it's a two-story house and not mainly a one-story house. Is that what you're trying to say?
Do you,
There's essentially a bungalow architectural style versus a cape architectural style for the structure.
Yeah.
all right, do you think you could take another look and maintain more of that bungalow?
Yeah, we can certainly take a look at it.
I think the commission generally understands what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think the commission appreciates you taking another look rather than, when does this expire? June?
May of '26.
Yeah, so, you know, there's 6 months being lost for you, and it's more than 6 months, isn't it? You know?
It's almost a year.
So, and then we want to accommodate to the extent, but if you could go back and take a look at that to try and maintain that cottage look in the front of the house, again, the streetscape.
Right.
You know, that's going to be a big deal on the street when you do it. I'm sorry?
You didn't ask Mr. Lear.
Was he here?
He's here.
Sorry, Bob. You're on my left. I got everybody to my right, Bob. Yeah. Okay, and I'm just going to interrupt myself. Yeah, Mr. Lear, you have some comments?
I do, thank you. Glad I got here just in time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with, I'm not as knowledgeable about shapes and dormers and that as Nancy, and I certainly would rely on her opinion. I do think that the back looks a whole lot better than the hodgepodge that's there now, but of course, nobody can see through all the invasive plants on the back of that improvement. But yeah, I would like to, I was sort of worried about the dormer in front becoming a much more imposing feature than it is now. And it does, I think she's quite accurate, it looks much more like a Cape Cod design of a house in front in the newest version. So I would support making some changes to sort of lessen the presence of that dormer.
All right, I think we have a sense, and then the applicant is going to take another look at it, so we'll continue to 10-7?
That would be fine.
All right, great. Thank you very much. I do
Yeah.
appreciate the cooperation.
I move that we continue this to our October 7th hearing.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, ladies. Okay, any other comments? Members of the public? All right.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that what's there now is not legal.
Correct.
What has to be changed to make it legal?
For a bedroom, which is on the front of the house
Yes.
right now, on the second floor, you need a certain size window in order to get out.
Right, but do you know what size is?
Yes, I do. It's, you need an opening that's 24 inches wide and 20 inches tall. in
There's no
either
egress.
Direction, and it has to be less than 44 inches to the floor.
So you can do that in the back?
Thank you.
I have 2 bedrooms, and so if you look at the floor plans, right now I have 2 bedrooms on the back and
Gotcha.
1 bedroom on the front, and that's what exists there right now. You know, this bedroom that's on the front right now has those 2 windows that are in that front dormer, which nobody could get out. Yeah.
Sorry, that's a good, thank you for, great question. What is do you know what the size of the windows that are there now are?
The size of those windows there, if you go to EX1, they're only maybe 24 inches tall and 3 feet wide. So, and it's an awning type of a window, which doesn't give you that egress out.
Right, but they're close to the size you'd need if you were able to
Not-
find a window.
Not with an awning type of a window.
Not with an awning, but if you were able to find a type of opening, they're not that far off size-wise. It's finding the right type of window that might
It would
look
be a
like that.
different type of window, because the awning windows don't work for that either way, no matter
Yes.
what you do with those.
I hear you.
It's the casement, a casement window
Yes.
that could look like that.
Yes.
That they do make casement egress type of windows, so.
That are at a smaller,
So we could,
Size.
I mean, I could take a look at the dormer to try to make it so that it's not so imposing on the front. Yeah, I could reduce the height of it and get it, it will be a little bit bigger than what is there.
Thank you. Okay, got that clarification. We're going to take a roll call. Bob?
Yes.
Nancy?
yes,
Steph?
Yes,
Robert Stevens?
Yes.
Janet Tennyson?
Yes.
Robert Wilson?
Yes.
And Frank Messina, Chair votes yes. All right, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your cooperation.
That was October 7th?
October 7th, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you. No, really do appreciate it. All right, guys, we've got one or two things to do. Oh, not bad. I guess I should do that on their chairman's report. 162 Shore. Okay. Just quickly, if you look at the old business item, just a continuation, the West Chatham and the South Chatham housing development. I don't know what, we should change that to West Chatham, just say the affordable housing development that's going on. Two significant projects on Main Street in West Chatham and also on 137 in South Chatham. Their hearing, next hearing is October 16th on the West Chatham development and September 18th on the one in South Chatham on 0 Meeting House Road.
the other way around.
Say again?
Sorry, it's the other way around. The October 16th is for South Chatham.
Okay, Becky, thank you very much. I'm misreading it. So it's October 16th for the South Chatham and September 18th for the West Chatham development. The only comment I wanted to make is, although we didn't formally make comments as a commission on the South Chatham development, I think from unfortunately, I was unable to attend the meeting, but listening to it and looking at the comments, they seem to be the same. Everybody's got the same concerns: density, lack of I can almost use the word charm, in the development. I don't know where it's going to go. It's probably going to go, who knows where, and they'll probably get their way eventually, because that's what happens with these kind of developments. Speaking editorially, I just hope in the future the select board does a little better job up front. And, that's part of the problem here. They put out an RFP and they basically tied the hands of the developer. You got to put so many units in and so much space, and how do you do it and still make a profit? So it's a problem, and we do have a problem on housing. So we'll see where this is going to go. I don't think we can take any more action. The ZBA has our comments, and we'll see where it goes. Bob, on rules and regulations, the next item.
Brian Phillips, 374 Orleans Road. I'm against these projects. I was for the home ownership projects, the great project we got by hack, where you could have 38 attainable housing units. But one of my issues with these projects is that the second floor is not handicap accessible. So they don't have the elevators going up, just the first floors. And for me, and for like the demographics of this town, I think that's important to have. If you have like a grandparent or, a parent come over for dinner or whatever, and they can't get up to the second, floor, or even like carrying groceries up the stairs and stuff like that. So, maybe take a look at the fact that there's no handicap accessibility.
Well, that's really a ZBA comment.
Okay.
No, just to let you know.
Right, it was
I
just-
appreciate your concern, but
All right, thank you.
well, it's interesting, the ADA component, I don't know if they ever required Bob to to meet its ADA issues.
I do not know that. I had not encountered that in my career, but
I asked Mr. Lear that question as chair of the, what is it called?
Chatham Committee for People with Disabilities.
Yeah, okay, join the club. All right, okay, Bob, on the issue of rules and regulations, we wanted to discuss the issue of historical significance. I may be confused again. Did I ask you to put something together, or what? You just thought the wording change was sufficient to get that?
No, I think, well, there has to be a wording in the bylaw was what came out from our discussions with
Okay.
Mr. Tallerman.
Yes,
Yep, and he is working on that. That is the update, and he is.
okay. All right,
The problem was we could change the regulations, but they would not be in conformity with the bylaw that requires a hearing on the subject.
okay. So, Christine, he is working on that, as far as you know?
He is.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. So I'm going to leave it, and we'll see where that goes to help us. I guess the next issue of determination of eligibility of the Nickerson Homestead, still waiting for Mass Historic to give us a decision, and everything I hear is they're way behind and understaffed, so I guess we have to be patient, not my middle name, on waiting, getting that decision. In terms of the preservation, the update, the survey, can you give me a little update on that? Is there anything more we want to add on? This is the Form Bs, guys.
So we just received the signed contract from Eric Dre, so we're going to move forward. I haven't discussed anything further with him, but we're well on our way to
Okay,
starting that.
So basically, Eric Dre, our preservation consultant, is going to begin work shortly. Hopefully, we'll start to see some results of some of that work. All right, demolition by neglect. I'm going to turn to my left again.
There is a draft memo that can be looked at, and then for the next meeting, we'll have something for the commission.
Okay, basically, what I asked the Director of Community Development and Christine O'Grady, our new planner, is to give us a summary of where the heck we are. You know, they don't necessarily agree we should proceed because of the conditions of enforcement. I said, all right, we'll define that. And then we'll, I know, Stephanie's laughing, we did this 5 years ago, but we need to get, we need to move the ball, okay? And decide, yes, we can, or no, we can't. But I'd like to get a formal agreement, one way or the other, from the staff. Last on that is the Coast Guard Boathouse, and if you're down Stage Harbor, you see that the piers are in, and the floor for the boathouse is being put together as we speak. It's quite impressive. The current schedule is for the boathouse to sail back down here in December or January of this year, or January 26. The question of what Mother Nature and weather may have something to do with that. I don't think there's a clear window to float the house back down. It'll happen. It may have to wait till spring, but it is moving ahead. I actually, just the other quick thing from Mr. What's Greg's last? Greg Berman, the director of, what was his title? His little title.
Director of Natural Resources.
Director of Natural Resources, Bob Duncanson's replacement. And him and I have been in some conversations to potentially look at areas where there could be some grant money available because of historic restoration. So I'm pursuing that with him. We got 592 Old Harbor Road. There was administrative approval. Who was the lead on that, or anybody?
Well, I looked at it anyway.
Good.
I had been down that area before as part of the Conservation Commission, so I'm sort of aware of what's happening. They want to replace the windows on the back of the house, of which there are quite a few, but you can only see it from the water and not really much of it due to vegetation. But I didn't have any problem with it's basically replacing and modifying the shape of some of them so that they can be safer. So that's why I would recommend approval as an administrative review.
Okay. Any other comments on that? All right, we'll take a quick roll call on approval of the administrative approval of the 592 Old Harbor Road, reaffirming that approval. We'll take a roll call. Oh, and the second to that? Sorry.
Second.
Thank you. Any other comments? No. Bob?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Robert?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Thank you very much. Okay, it's the only way I'm going to get this Bob Wilson straightened out. All right, that's it in terms of our old business. Unfortunately, the Shammers report, has this been handed out?
It has not.
Okay. We're going to hand out some pictures. What this is, you have it? Who has it?
Annie can put it up on the screen, and then I was going to hand it out after the meeting.
Oh, okay, is that how you want to do it? I thought it was, okay, fine. I thought we can't discuss it.
We cannot discuss it. You can discuss why you're requesting a future agenda item.
All right, go ahead, Annie. This is the current condition of 162 Shore Road. Do you have the other ones, Annie? This, and I unfortunately wasn't here, Mr. Lear. And if I recall, you chaired the meeting. Can
I
go
believe
through-
you. I don't recall that particularly.
Right,
but
I know, the vote's suffering from that. This is what I'm looking for, Nancy, Annie. Okay. This is the now, all right? What Annie is looking for is the before. Okay, the before being, this is the structure when it was moved to the front of the property, where they were going to take the house and they were going to put it on the new location and continue the restoration. But unfortunately, something happened. And there are a series of pictures in this packet which will be given, and we really can't discuss it because it's not on the agenda. And the chair, after a quick review and a site visit, and myself and my wife, we contacted the building department, who fortunately was already on the job and looking into this. So it was working, why, what happened. And Mr. Briggs, the building inspector, agreed, and he put a stop work on the project, on the house. So that's where we are. And after consultation with Mr. Briggs, there was a determination, well, what can we do? Not much, but we can do something. And I have a letter in process in which I am sending a letter to the owners of the property, the architect, the builder, and requesting their appearance back here on October 7th to give us what, why, where, and when. What happened? This is not the first time this has happened, but from what I can see, and I took a quick look-see at the former meetings, which Bob chairs, you guys were very meticulous on what you approved and how it was going to be done. Something happened. So, I guess that's where we are. So we shouldn't really discuss it now, other than to say, you're going to get these drawings as well as some information, and we can share your memo you sent to me.
Yes, so I will email the commission the meetings. So it's February 6th of 2024 and February 20th of 2024. So I will email you those meetings so you can rewatch and without, looking for yourself. And then you'll have this packet of pictures.
Thank you.
Yep.
Frank, can we visit the site? We're allowed to do that, or?
Well, technically, you could walk down the street to visit the site.
I can check on that. I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. I visited the site because I just was flabbergasted. But,
Yeah.
Well,
That's where we
if
are.
it's scheduled for a hearing or a discussion, it would be
again?
I think if it's scheduled for a hearing/discussion, like any other property, we can visit it.
You can,
okay,
you can,
why don't we let Christina,
Yeah, we have
Validate
not
it?
reached out about
because
the October
technically it
7th.
would be a site visit,
you can really see it from the road as you drive by.
but it's,
Yeah, but
it's a
Yeah.
construction site.
No, I looked at it in passing this morning. but-
Yeah, all right,
I will keep you posted on that.
all right, it just, what can you say? Yeah, so we'll see, hopefully they'll respond. The point of the matter is, just from an administrative point of view, I asked the building inspector, he concurred, and he imposed a stop work. What does that mean? They can't really, the building inspector could take that stop work off anytime he wants. It's really his decision. But he's agreeing with us that something happened, that what they did was not in accordance with what was approved. Okay. What he would like, the building inspector, is for the historical commission to come to some kind of agreement with the owner on what happened and what we're gonna do about it. Once that happens, if the building inspector agrees, he could lift the stop work. There is an issue of fines, which is possible. Technically, I think there's a fine of so many dollars per day or something until there's something happen. That's not our job, that's not our purview, we're out of that, so, but we won't discuss that. We're gonna discuss what happened, why, and what can we do to try and save whatever happened, whatever was left, and what we're gonna do. It's no different than anything. Yes, quick question. Administratively, but don't talk about the actual.
No. Is it just for, in learning process, is it possible to have the notes from that original approval to see what we wanted them to do before?
Yeah, that's, Christina's gonna provide all that information to you.
I will
As well
send
as
the determinations, the meeting, everything. I will send it over to you.
Yeah, you can watch them on TV, the
So
whole.
we'll be prepared for the meeting.
Can I ask, is it possible when we get those photos to have the date of them, so we know when they were taken compared to what it looks like now?
We have dated our pictures that we took yesterday. I do not know when
There's
there's,
dates on them.
the Whitler brothers took some and sent them to us. I do not know the dates of those. And then the ones we took are dated.
Yeah.
We don't know how long it was between this and to
Well-
yesterday.
I can ask that question, but I was not given that information.
It's gotta be days. No, it was just happened days ago.
Yeah.
This has happened days ago. Yes.
And our meeting was televised, so if we have that date, we can watch that discussion.
I will send all that information.
Yeah, I started to watch it, and I really was very upset when I watched it, because I realized the date of that meeting, I was in surgery, and then I was in.
You were in surgery, yeah.
You weren't at the first meeting, so
I was at the first meeting?
the first meeting, I watched them both, so.
Oh, I looked at the second one.
The first one you were at.
Yeah, okay, I don't know if I was there, but I was there. All right, okay, I think we're done. Any other comments? Can we have a motion to,
I make a motion that we end the meeting on September 14th. No, September
16th.
16th.
760? You know what the difference?
I second.
Oh, you second? Thank you. You know the difference, why it's so important, 9, 16, 25, also, that they're all
We need to vote on
the
it.
square root. It's also what you learned in school, the a squared plus b squared plus c squared.
We
That's
need
a
to vote on
polygram.
it. We need to vote on it, too.
We will.
Okay.
But it's just during the discussion phase. So if you take the side, the distance of the A side, the distance of the B side, that's equal to the hypotenuse. Hey, what you learned in grammar school. All right, roll call.
I think it was a little higher than that.
Bob?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Robert?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.